Imagine being part of the leadership of the Democratic Party, their presidential class of total frauds. Otherwise, and from this day forward, if you want to take them down, the only words you should use are Learjet Leftists. Imagine all day long preaching to America about social justice and climate change and fairness and equal outcome. Meanwhile, your whole life is about flying on your private jet at $25,000 an hour, taking your private gas-guzzling limo back to your mansion, escorted by your private armed bodyguards, living in your all-white cities that pay off minorities, which is all the Democrats do, pay off minorities to keep them out of those rich white left-wing neighborhoods so you can hang out on your private yacht and your all-white enclave. No welfare moms hanging out at the Kennedy compound. No people on Section 8 housing hanging out with those Learjet Leftist presidential class, including Kamala. Not only at their private $25,000 an hour private jets, but having anything to do with them. The Democratic Party leadership is about one thing and one thing only: paying off minorities with your money so they can feel good about themselves. You know, some people on the right love to call themselves patriots for doing nothing. People on the left want to pretend they're Mother Teresa for doing absolutely nothing. And it gets worse from there. If you look at what's going on in Italy now, their leftist politicians have bankrupted their country. Their pensioners are destitute because all of their Social Security dollars were spent funding illegals. The Democrats will do the exact same thing to us here. The Democrats will tell you that the Republicans are for tax cuts for the rich. The Democratic leadership isn't against tax cuts for the rich. The Democratic Party leadership doesn't want anyone else joining them and becoming rich. It's called "I got my cookie, so screw you." The Democratic Party leadership, they and their children get the best private school education, on their way usually to Harvard. That's where their presidential class and their kids go, on the way to guaranteed multi-million-dollar jobs for the rest of their lives. Meanwhile, poor minorities and low-income whites at the bottom of the third world caste system from hell called the Democratic Party, they and their children can't even get school choice to get out of failed inner-city schools. Average minority voter in America, an average minority, net worth is $6,000, stuck in dead-end menial jobs thanks to the Democratic Party not even letting them have a fraction as good an education as the Learjet Leftists at the top of that caste system from hell. Beating the Democratic Party is so simple. You disconnect the Learjet Leftists from the rest of this country. I could teach a 5-year-old how to do it, which means maybe there's hope for our political class that's always every day off chasing the Cape, never hitting the Matador. Just disconnect the Learjet Leftist leadership of the Democratic Party from the rest of the country. It's child's play. A 5-year-old could do it. Every issue and topic should be done that way. Illegal immigration, not going to matter to the elitist jerks at the Democratic Party leadership. They got their private armed bodyguards in their private mansions. Any issue should be played off against the Learjet Leftists who run the Democratic Party. Take them down once and for all, verbally. Don't get angry. Never need to be anything more. Never need to be violent. Never need to do anything other than discuss topics and issues. It's child's play. Focus in on them and go ahead and disconnect them from America permanently.